Today, we are going to see about the unit 3, that is SQL queries, constants and triggers. So, the topic we'll discuss in this first part of the unit is the basics form of a SQL query, union, intersect and except operators, nested queries, aggregation for operators, null values, complex integrity constants, triggers and active databases. So already we have learned about some of the integrity constants, right, in the previous unit, as well as we know some of the basic of SQL query. Means the most commonly used command in SQL, that is select command. So we are going to see about the select command in this first part. Then the union, intersect and except operators, how we are going to perform with the help of the select command, we'll see in the second topic. Next is the nested queries, means a queries under another query, means we are seeing about the sub queries, how to club two queries, we'll see in that topic. Aggregation operators like performing sum, averages, minimum or maximum functions, we are going to see in aggregation operators. And about the null values, we'll see one by one as we proceed to our further classes. Today, we'll start the form of basic SQL. First of all, we'll see what is an SQL. Every commercial database system requires a friendly language to specify queries. Means to query a database, we require an intermediate first, right? So we are using a SQL as an intermediate here to query the database. Means database is storing some of our data in the database. To get the data, we are having some set of commands. How we are implementing those commands? We are implementing with the help of a structured query language, that is SQL, or it is also pronounced as a SQL. Okay, so SQL is what? It is a most influential commercial marketed product language. So it is a widely used language in our daily market here, which is required for the database querying. Other types of languages are also there along with SQL. What are those here? It is mentioned as a QBE, Quell and Datalog. These are the some of the other. Okay, now we'll see what is an SQL. So here on your screen, some of the SQL commands has been shown. Means I can say that some of my SQL commands can be categorized into some different types as shown in the figure on the screen as DDL, DML, DCL and TCL. What are those DDL, DML, DCL and TCL? DDL. So in under DDL, we are having some set of commands. Under DML also we are putting some set of commands based on their performance. Means what they are going to perform, what they are going to implement. Based on their performance, we are put it into categorized into some of the different aspect. Okay, so first we'll see what is DDL. DDL abbreviation, that is data definition language. So what it does, it changes the structure of the entire table. Means how we can change the table structure? Means if we draw a table, blank table, means we are drawing, simply I'm saying I am drawing one table, okay, with some width and with some length. Okay, if I want to insert some values, I can insert. If I want to insert more values beyond the structure, it is not possible, right? So I need to elaborate that table. So similarly in the database also, first what we'll do, we'll just build a schema of a table here. Okay, so for to building a schema, we are using a data definition language. Means we are using the commands of the DDL. What are those commands? Some of the commands which comes under DDL are like create, alter, drop, truncate and rename. So the most used for the creation of your table or database is a create command. So, and whatever the commands we are using here, these are auto committed. Means what do you mean by auto committed? Means if you are creating a table, automatically it will store in some database location. Means it will assign some memory locations for that. So those are auto committed commands are. So already we have seen in our lab classes how to use that. We have created some tables and database, right? So create is for you creating a new tables and creating a database. Alter means altering, means if we miss some columns in the table, so we can add those columns later also by using a alter command. Drop command, what it is done, what it will do is it's all delete the it will delete all the tables from the, sorry, not all, delete the particular table from the database. So if we give a command like drop table name, so that particular table is going to be deleted from the database and its memory location is freed. Truncate and drop is same for deleting a table, but what's the difference is when you're deleting a table with the drop command, the table is going to be deleted as well as its schema means what, its structure is also going to be deleted. But by using a truncate, the table data is going to be deleted but not structure will be remain same in the memory location in the database. With the help of a rename command is used to rename the table name or column name, we can use it. Next is DML. These are the manipulation commands, means we are using these commands to manipulate the data in the table. How, we'll see. So these are the not auto committed, means it's not going to save on particular, but it's going just change the values in the table, right? So some of the DML commands we can use are select, insert, update, and delete. So select is the most widely used command in the SQL, and inserts are used to insert the values in the table. Update means if particular value is already inserted by mistakenly, if we have inserted a wrong value, we can update with the help of an update command. Delete. Now this delete, what do you mean by delete? We can delete a particular row or number of rows from the table with the help of the delete command, right? I am saying we can delete instances, not the table. If you want to delete a table, you are supposed to use a command as drop, but delete is used to delete the row values, instances. Next is data control language. In this, we are having a two type. What are those? That is a grant and revoke. Data control, by the word control itself, you can get it that these commands are used for controlling purpose. Means if in the first classes we have seen that for the Dbms we can give some permissions to the users and we can remove the permissions from the users also. Means who can utilize the database, who can create some tables on the database, means we can give some particular permissions to particular users to use the database. So with the help of grant and revoke, we can do those. So grant is what? Grant is for giving a permission to the user to use the database. By using a revoke command, we are taking back those permissions from the users. So we have seen a DCL, that is the two commands comes under this. What are those? Grant and revoke. Grant is for giving up permissions to the user. Revoke means taking back those permissions from the user. Okay. Next, TCL commands can be used with DMLs. Like in the DML, we were having some select, insert, delete, and update, right? So with using those commands, we can use these commands as well. That is the commands which comes under TCL are commit, rollback, and save point. Just I'll give a brief idea about these commands. Like you can see, commit. What is commit used for? It is used to save all the transaction to the database. Means if we had, you see in the example you can see it has given that a delete command and with a where condition, and he is giving a commit. So this is the syntax to use the commit. along with the DML command. Here we are using a delete DML command. That means we are deleting from customer where age is 25. Means whoever having the age as a 25, that rows are going to be deleted, and that is going to be saved permanently by using a commit. Rollback. Rollback means what? If we accidentally delete, how to get that? For that, rollback is going to be used. Means before performing a delete operation only, if we give a rollback along with the delete, so it is possible to get back the deleted data. If we simply delete that without using rollback, we can't get that data back. So if we give a DML command delete with the help of rollback, that in the example B, you can see that delete from the customer where age is, means we are giving some condition, and we are as well as we are giving a rollback. So in this case, it is possible to get the deleted customer whose age was 25 again back. Next, save point. Don't worry, we're going to see all these commands as we proceed to further classes. Just I'm giving a brief idea. Okay. Save point. It is used to roll the transaction back to a certain point without rolling back. Means without rolling back is also possible by using a save point. How we'll say in the further classes. Okay. Now let us start our third unit. The first part. The first part, that is form of basic SQL query. The most common command used in a SQL language is a select command. So what is the basic form of select command? We'll see now. So the basic structure of consists of these three classes, that is select, from, and where. Means if I performing a select command on a particular table, how the syntax has to be a select and A1, A2, AN. What are those? AN represents an attribute. Attribute means column. Those are the column names. And from, after from, we are having R1 to Rm. What are those? Represents a relation, means table names are those. And where P is a certain condition we are providing in a select command. So these are the three classes are using in a select command. So select, it corresponds to the projection operation. So what do you mean by projection operation? In the relational algebra calculus also we have already we have seen that projection, selection, and Cartesian product, right? So the projection is always applied on column, right? So here we are giving a select column name. So that means it is performing a projection operation here. And from correspond to the Cartesian product. Means if, for example, I'm having a two tables, okay, one is a student table which is having a student information, and one is a course table which is having a course information, means which student is taking a which course, means which student is opting for a which course. Now I want a table, final table, in that I need a table information of a student who was taking a particular course. So what I am supposed to do, I have to get the columns from the student table as well as some columns from the subject table, course table. So for that, what I'll give, whatever the columns I required, I'll give in here, select particular columns. From here, two tables names I'll give, that is a student table name as well as a subject table name. If some conditions are there, means you want for from first 10 students information, then we can give the conditions here from a roll number 1 to 10. If you want after roll number 10, you can give greater than 10. So you can perform that condition under where condition. So here from class, we are giving a table name. So from class, what it does in the back end, it performs a Cartesian product for those. So we have seen already a Cartesian product, how to perform a Cartesian product in relational algebra calculus in the second unit. Means same as that's of your matrix multiplication, rows into columns, right? So he'll perform a Cartesian product of those two tables and it gets a final table, and from that final table it will select the rows based on the condition which will give on the where condition. This is how your select command is going to perform. So under that, what we are having? We are having three classes, that is select, from, and condition, that is where conditions. And I have already here on the screen, I have mentioned that after select, what's going to be written? Column names. Means projection operation is going to perform here. After the from class, we are supposed to give the table names in which Cartesian product operation is going to be performed. And under the where, we are going to select from that final table. So selection process is going to be performed under this where condition. So we have already seen about the projection and selection there now. So those operations we are applying here. That time I have already said it, and the back end these things are going to be happen. So this is how we are performing a select. It's showing TCL. Why you are not getting form of basic SQL query? Respond anyone? Might be your network is slow. That's why it's showing a TCL only. Ranjit. No. So now which slide is showing on your screen? Form of basic SQL query or not? TCL. Okay, now are you able to see? Are you able to see form of basic SQL query? Now, okay, so we'll see in this only. So I have said the basic structure of SQL can be consist of three classes, that is select, from, and where. So you can say whatever it's there, please respond through the chat. So your SQL consists of three classes, that is select, from, and where. So in the select, what we'll mention the column name. So the select is going to perform a projection operation, which I've already discussed in the relational algebra, isn't it? So select is going to perform only projection operation. From class, from class, we are doing a Cartesian product. Means if we want a data from two different tables, first it will perform the Cartesian product of those two tables at the back end, and with the help of the where condition, it's perform a selection operation on those final table and get the required number of rows to your screen based on the where condition. Is it clear? So we'll go to the next. Okay, how we'll see how the select class is going to perform. Let us see. We'll see with some examples. So here I have given a select S name from the student. Means I am having a table called student here, which you can see on your screen, which is having a 3 rows and having some information and having some attributes like ID, S name, age, branch, and address. Okay. So from this table, what I am doing, I am giving a command as select S name from the student. So what it is going to display as an output? It will give me a only single column with S name. On the right side, you can see S name, it's giving a 3 names, that is Raj, Ravi, and Raj. So when you are generally giving a select command, it won't see for any duplicate values are there or not. Whatever the values present in those table, it will get back to on your screen. If so, here that select can includes duplicate values. If we want to eliminate those duplicate values, we are supposed to use a keyword called as distinct. How? We'll see. Distinct. How we are going to use a distinct command. Distinct. The syntax is select distinct a column names you are supposed to give from the table name. Here, select distinct a column names from the table. For example, I have taken the same table. In that, I have given select a distinct S name from the student. So what the output is giving me now? So in the table, I was having a 3 names, that is Raj, Ravi, and Raj. And Raj was repeated twice. as I have given the district, so it in the output is giving me only the two names, that is distinct names as Raj and Ravi, no duplicate values. Someone has raised the hand. Please respond through the chat box now. Whatever the doubts you are having, respond through the chat box. So this is how we are using a distinct. If I am not using a distinct, it will display the duplicate values also. Okay. Next, select command. We can by using an asterisk. Asterisk means star symbol. If I am not giving any particular column names, instead of column names, I am giving a asterisk. Select asterisk from the student. So what it will going to display the all the columns whichever present in my table, all are going to be displayed. So on the left hand side, you can see this table is already stored in the database. After querying, I'm getting the same table as it is. These select commands can we work with arithmetic operators also. What are those arithmetic expressions? We can see that is plus, minus, asterisk, and division. With the help of these, we can use a select clause. For example, I can see here selecting a ID, an S name, and age. I'm selecting 3 columns from my table. Okay. And I'm using one arithmetic expression operator here, that is plus symbol. For age, what I have given plus 5 means whatever age is present in the table, add 5 to that and give the result. So here you can see for the ID number 10, the age was the 19. After giving a command, it has changed to the 24, right? After, for the 20, it was 18. So it's keep on add for 5 to the age. So we can use our arithmetic operators in the select comma clause also. This is how to use the arithmetic expressions. Similarly, we can use a asterisk for multiplication, minus for the subtraction, and division for slash. Okay, we can use that. Next, so we have seen till now about select. Next is a where condition. We'll see what where conditions is going to have. In where clauses, we can use with the help of some logical conditions, that is and or not. Means we can give some conditions. Like, for example, I'm giving some command like select a S name and age. Means get me a column that is S name and age to the screen from the student table. And now I am giving a condition here. So in the where clause, we can use some logical conditions. What are those? And or not these conditions. So here comparison I have given, that is age has to be less than 20. So whose age are less than 20, whose ID number is 10 and ID number is 20. Okay, 2 persons. So here I am getting 19 and 18. Okay, if I am giving it is as greater than, so whose age is greater than 18 will get it. So that is 19 and 20. So I am getting here. So if there is a case, I want a age range between starting to ending number, means I want the middle ones. So what I have supposed to do, where age has to be a less than and give the first initial value and condition, then age, the maximum value I am supposed to give. But instead of using those, I can use another keyword called as between. So between is also used in select clause along with the select clause to give a clear picture of our query. How? See, here also I am selecting. What I am doing? Selecting a S name age from the student where age is in between 18 to 20. So whose age is in between 18 to 20? Only one is there, that is 10 ID number Raj. So what it will give the output as Raj and 19. As I am selecting only S name and age, only 2 columns are going to visible to me, right? Hope you have got it. Any queries on that? Please respond. Okay. So we have seen about the select and the where. Now we'll see from clause. So in the from clause, what we were giving a table names along with the from clause, right? So it is defines the Cartesian product. What it does, it will define the product of the two tables. So here example, you can see what I'm doing. I'm having a two table, suppose a student table and a subject table. Means student tables holds a records of the students, information about their age, roll number and something. And the subject means subject is holding also the student numbers as well as the subject what they're opting. Okay. So I need to select these columns from these two tables. So what I am supposed to write the select command as student dot id. What it represent means the id I'm selecting from the student table. Here I am writing as course dot subject. What it represent means I am selecting a subject column from the course table, right? So these are the two tables. So what is from class do? It will form a Cartesian product at the back end. So from that total table, it's going to select only 1, 2, and 3 columns. And I'm giving here a condition also where student ID has to be a course ID. So I already said now in the student table, I'm mentioning some student IDs as well as I'm mentioning those IDs in the subject tables, that is course table also. So it will check for those. If it is matching, it will get this list onto your screen. So this is how we are going to use a very widely used command, that is a select command. In that we are having three clauses, that is select, from, and where. Hope you have got it. Okay. Next is a rename operation. Rename operation, or we can call it as SQL aliases. Means by using this rename operation, we can change the name of the column on temporary basis. Means if we are storing some data with some column names, but the user doesn't know what that column names define. So for clear understanding of the user, you will give a name of user friendly one. Like I am saying a course. Okay, so course can also be sometimes called as a subject, right? So I can change that course to subject also. How? By giving in a select command as select first column name, that is old column name you're supposed to give here, and what name you're going to change it as, you're supposed to give as an alias name, right? So the query we can give syntax here, it is like select old column name as a new column name and from which table you are changing those. Okay, this is how we are supposed to rename. And your select command is going to function with the help of the like operator also. What is that like operator? So the like operator with the word itself, like means what? If it is similar to given query, it will select those. Means it is for pattern searching, pattern matching purpose, we are using a like operator. In that we are having a two things, that is a percentile sign and an underscore sign. So the percentile sign is going to represent a 0, 1 or multiple characters, and the underscore sign is representing a single character. You'll get a clear picture if I give some example to you. See, now I'm giving a select command, means select some columns, like select student name from student table, and that condition of like we are supposed to give under where condition. So under where condition, now here on the your screen he is giving customer name. So that means he is getting the customer name from the customer tables. Okay. So in the customer name, if I give like with the single quote a percentile, so what it's going to find the values that starts with a, means the customer names who's starting from a. If I am giving like percentile a, after percentile I am giving, means it will search for the names which are ending with the character a. If I am giving like here where customer like is percentile or percentile, means it is going to give any values from the any position, whatever the names are there, it's going to give it that. Next, The fourth condition you can see on your screen, I'm giving it as underscore R percentile. So underscore represents a particular character, position of the character. So I'm giving one character underscore, then I'm giving R. That means the second letter is going to match now. Now the second letter is matched with which character? R character. So it's going to find the values which is having the names which is having a second character R. In those names, it's going to display those names on your screen. Okay, and where the customer is like a underscore percentile, so the name which is having at least two characters, those are going to display here, as well as the first value has to be a means it has to start with a. And here a double underscore is there, a underscore percentile. So that means how many underscores you are giving, that many characters is going to read. So first of all we have given a, then after that we are given two underscores. That means it's going to check for three characters word. So whatever the three characters words, and that two they are starting with the letter a, those are going to be displayed. Got it? Next, a percentile 0 means we are mentioning with the percentile a starting letter and a ending letter, that is O. So the name starting with the letter A and ending with letter O are going to be displayed in this. So in the today's class, we have discussed about the basics form of an SQL query, right? And how the SQL queries are going to categorize. We have seen like DDL, DML commands, right? And we have seen about the classes of select command, that is here it is. Okay, SQL, that is select from and where. Okay, in the next class we are going to see about the union, intersect and except operations. Okay, so only some few minutes are left. Let me take the screenshots, then you can leave. First let me take the screenshot. Screenshots here.
मैडम की क्लास भी लेना पड़ता है 120 members